Okay, I'm going to do some word problems today, but this is a different kind of story problem, okay? You got to watch. A student can read 7 pages of a book in 10 minutes. How many pages of a book can the student read in 30 minutes? So pages is the answer. Now you're going to set up your reliable box, pages, and minutes. X is minutes, Y is pages. X is always the time. So per, it would be pages per minute. But the problem is they don't have the pages per minute. That 7 pages is not in 1 minute, it's in 10 minutes, okay? So I do not have that, I put question mark. Now if I really had to, I could find it, but that's not the point of the assignment. So when you put a question mark, your XY table is organized differently. You need to put the labels above the X and the Y today. So pages is Y, minutes is X. Most people mess this up because they refuse to label. Now since we don't know the pages per minute, I don't do 0, 1, 2. I do 0 and then block it off. Now what I do is put them in pairs where possible. 7 pages and 10 minutes are in the same sentence. 7 pages, 7 goes here because pages, 10 goes here for minutes. Those have been placed, okay? Then 30 minutes, 30 goes under the minutes column, and question mark pages, because that's what we're trying to find. Now I got a question. If a person read for 0 minutes, how many pages would they read? Probably 0. When that starts at 0, we don't make the line. We set up a cross multiply and divide per problem. It's called a proportion. Now, sounds easy enough, but you need to put the labels correctly. The Y's go on top, the X's go on bottom, okay? So Y is pages. So pages go on top, and then X is minutes. Minutes go on bottom. Now put the numbers in. So 10 minutes, 10 goes in minutes, 7 goes in pages. 30 goes in minutes. And then I don't have the pages, so I put a letter. It doesn't matter. You can put any letter you want. We'll just go X, okay? Even though X isn't pages, it doesn't matter, okay? Now, we know that 7 times 30 is equal to 10 times X. Now, you can line up the equation if you want, okay? 7 times 30, and then 10 times X. So you put 7 times 30, whatever that is, on one side, 10 times X on the other, and divide. Or you can just cross multiply, 7 times 30, and then divide by 10, if you want to do it quicker, okay? 7 times 30 divided by 10, the answer is 21 pages, okay? Now if you put 10.x and then find what 7 times 30 is, that would work too. It just takes a little bit longer, okay? I'm looking for a calculator here because some of these I'm going to need a calculator, okay? Next problem. In the first game, 4 games, games is going to be X of the season. The soccer team scored 10 goals. Y is goals. If this trend continues, how many goals will the team score in the remaining 18 games? So you have games and goals. And I told you in the problem what to have is Y and X, okay? So X is games, Y is goals. When I do per, the Y label goes on top. Goals per game. Now, we don't know the goals per game. You see 10 goals, but that ain't per game. That's over a span of 4 games, so question mark. So we're going to make our table. We're just going to organize the information differently. So games is X. You got to put labels on the X and Y today, or you're hosed, okay? So since I don't have the goals per game, I don't go 0 to 1 to 2. I go 0 and block it, okay? Now, place the rest of the info underneath. 4 games. See, that's why you have them labeled, so you know where to put it. 10 goals. So that's been placed. 18 games, question mark goals. Now if I played 0 games, I'm not going to score any goals. So when these both start at 0, we make our proportions. Okay. So remember, it's got to be Y, Y, X, X. So what's the Y label? Goals. What's the X label? Games. Okay, so 4 games, 10 goals. 18 games, don't know the goals. You can put any letter you want. Maybe I'll put an H, whatever, doesn't matter. Okay. So 10 times 18 is equal to 4 times H. Now if you want to put 10 times 18 and put that here and then 4 dot H there and divide, that's fine. Or you can just cross multiply and divide, it doesn't matter. 10 times 18 divided by 4. Okay, 45. So there's your answer, 45. You get 45 if you organize the equation too. Okay, next one. A printer can print 12 pages in 3 minutes. How many pages can the printer print in 9 minutes? So we have pages and minutes. X is obviously the time, pages is Y. Some of them I tell you what X and Y are if I think it's going to be a problem. But with the time, it shouldn't be. X is always time. Pages per minute, it ain't 12. That's over a time span of 3 minutes. Okay, so we don't have that. So when I make my table, so pages, again, pages equals Y, minutes equals X. You put a 0, block it, because you can't go to 1 to 2 without the pages per minute. Okay, so 12 pages. 3 minutes. That's why you have the labels up there. 9 minutes, and we don't know the pages. Now, if I read for 0 minutes, I don't get any pages read. Okay? So that means I can make a proportion. That's what the rule for that. It's called a direct variation. The Y label goes on top. You have to do that. Okay? So pages is Y. The pages numbers go on top. The minutes numbers go on bottom. Okay, 12 pages, 3 minutes. And we have 9 minutes, okay? So 9 minutes. Don't know how many pages, but I don't care what letter you pick. Pick B, okay? So you can cross multiply and divide, or so 12 times 9 divided by 3. 36, okay? Put 36 there, but that's the answer to the problem. 36 pages can be read in 9 minutes. These don't take long if you label everything correctly. It took 7.2 minutes to upload 8 photos from a computer. At this rate, how long will it take to upload 20 photos? So you got minutes and photos. Well, minutes is the X because that's time, photos is Y. So per photos per minute. Again, we don't have that. That's 8 photos, but it's not per every minute. It's over a time span of 7.2 minutes, okay? So question mark. So how you handle the question mark, you got to put your labels. Minutes is X. Photos is Y. So you don't go 0, 1, 2. You go 0 and block it. I want to see the block, okay? And then 7.2 minutes, and its partner for photos is 8. 20 photos, partner, don't know. That's my job to figure that out. So the Y's are on top, okay? So Y is photos. Photo amounts go on top. X is minutes. Okay, now the first ratio, I got 7.2 minutes, 8 photos. The second ratio, we got 20 photos, don't know the minutes, you can put M or whatever letter you want, okay? So I can cross multiply and divide, because 7.2 times 20 is equal to 8 times M. So I can just take 7.2 times 20 and then divide that by 8. 18. So 18 minutes, and that's the answer to the problem. Okay, a recipe that makes 12 biscuits. Biscuits is going to be Y, calls for 2 cups of flour. Cups are going to be X. How many cups of flour is needed to make 30 biscuits? I told you what X and Y need to be because that one's kind of hard to decide. So biscuits and cups. Now I flat out told you which one's X and Y. So Y is the biscuits, X is the cups. So it's got to be the Y per X. Biscuits for per cup. Well, that's for 2 cups, so it doesn't matter. Okay? So it doesn't count. So XY table. Biscuits is Y. Cups is X. So I do the 0 and the block. So 12 biscuits goes with 2 cups. And then 30 biscuits, we don't know the cups. Now, if I have 0 cups, I'm not going to get any biscuits, okay? Simple as that. So when they both start at 0, we don't make that line. We set up a proportion, okay? Proportion means one where I can cross multiply and divide. So the Y labels go on top, the X is on bottom, okay? So Y is biscuits. X is cups. Okay. So 2 cups, 12 biscuits. 30 biscuits, and we don't know how many cups. Or you can put C or whatever letter you want, doesn't matter. So 2 times 30 is equal to 12 times C, so I'd take 2 times 30 and divide it by 12. That equals 5. And that makes sense if you look at the table, because 2 times 6 is 12, 5 times 6 is 30. Okay, last problem. This one's a little bit hard. You can sort 8 pieces of mail in 10 seconds. How many pieces of mail would you sort in 45 minutes? Okay. Okay, so you got pieces and seconds. Seconds is X, pieces is Y, times X. So pieces per second, we don't know that, okay? So question mark. So I make a table with X and Y. Pieces is Y. Seconds is X. So 0 block. 8 pieces, 10 seconds. Now you're like, Hermson, you made a mistake. 45 minutes, I don't have minutes. Well, you're going to take 45 times 60, and that finds the number of seconds in 45 minutes. 2,700. Now you have seconds, so 2,700, question mark, pieces. Now if you have 0 seconds, 0 pieces get sorted. There's not that beginning amount like there was in all the other story problems. Okay, so Y, Y, X, X. So pieces is Y. Here, don't put the label, just put it here. Pieces go on top. And then my seconds amounts go on bottom. Okay, 10 seconds, 8 pieces. 2,700 seconds. See, if I have those labels there, I know exactly where to place the numbers, and then P doesn't matter. Okay. You just put X every time if you want. 8 times 2,700 divided by 10 is 2,160. Okay, there I have it. There's none of those problems where you have to convert it.